Hello, my name's Eric James. This is FTE 217 Modern Sporting Rifle Week 8 assignment. The date today is November 29th. This is the final assignment for FTE 217, so it's a reflection assignment reflecting on our interactions with our classmates and the instructor, and we're sharing insights that we've gained from the interactions. Then we're going to compare SDI's guidance from the course with other experts in the field, and then we're going to talk about whether there's one way to skin a cat or multiple ways to accomplish tasks in gunsmithing. Also talking about the principles that should be maintained at all times. Finally, we're going to talk about my future education and training that I'm going to pursue. We'll talk about the interactions first. The interactions with my classmates and the instructor have opened my eyes to a lot of different things that I didn't think about, things that didn't make sense before, but I didn't have to ask a question because the questions were answered in our discussions. It's been awesome going through this class with this group of guys and the instructor. The guidance that we've received from SDI, from this particular course on AR platforms, is really, in my mind, no different than the guidance that we would receive from other experts. I think by following the cycle of operations when troubleshooting would be not just preached by SDI, but it's going to be preached by any other gunsmith in the industry. As far as putting the rifle together, no different than other gunsmiths would say to start here and work your way up. When it comes to whether there's one way to skin a cat or multiple ways to do or to accomplish tasks, I think there's multiple ways to do everything. The manufacturers have their recommendations, and that's what they are, recommendations, save for torque specs and things of that nature. But I think you can do any one of the tasks that we were required to accomplish on our AR platform. I think you can do it multiple different ways. There's no right way or wrong way unless you're completely negating torque specs. Some of the fundamental principles that need to be adhered to and need to be maintained at all times. One starts with safety. Ensuring the rifle or the firearm is safe before you start performing any kind of work. That means clearing the rifle out and removing all live ammunition from the bench. That needs to be adhered to at all times. That is number one rule is safety. Keep you safe, keep your customers safe, and keep your customers' rifle or weapons safe. Another principle that needs to be adhered to or followed at all times is using the cycle of operations. In my mind, that's number 2 for me. Like I said in a post, the Marine Corps taught us cycle of operations, but they didn't teach us the interactions of the parts in the rifle. Learning that and maintaining that as my troubleshooting guide, or in my troubleshooting guide, is going to make my life a lot easier as a gunsmith, especially on the AR platform. So from here, my education is I'm going to take a break from education for a little bit and focus on retiring from the Marine Corps. At some point in the future, I'd like to come back to SDI and pursue the advanced gunsmithing certificate, and then from there I think I want to go learn how to run some machines, being lathes and mills and stuff like that, so that I can produce my own parts if needed, and then have the ability to clearance things that need clearancing instead of sitting there with a file, filing everything down. I'd like to be able to do it with a machine. As far as gunsmithing, I don't think my education's ever going to stop. When I start getting into it and build my shop, I'll never stop learning. At this point, my plan is to try an intern or do an internship or an apprenticeship with a gunsmith around my area, just so I can get my feet wet and figure out what needs to happen, figure out what I need to do, figure out the ins and outs of being a gunsmith. I think the best way to do that's an apprenticeship. So that should do it for this week's assignment. Again, my name's Eric James. Thank you for watching.